Today, let's talk about something that challenges many of us the strength to let go of people who couldn't appreciate who we are. You may feel hurt, even lost, when someone walks away. But remember, every ending opens a door to something greater, something truer. When someone undervalues us, they teach us a lesson about the immense worth we hold within. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself that the love you seek, the respect you deserve is not outside of you, it's within. You have something rare, something incredibly beautiful. And when someone fails to see that, it's not your reflection that's flawed, it's their perception. People come into our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, but not all are meant to stay forever. Self-worth is the quiet, powerful sense of value that each of us carries within. It isn't dictated by our accomplishments or the opinions of others, nor does it come from external validations or material possessions. Self-worth is a deep, unshakable recognition of who we are at our core, and it grows from an inner knowing that we are enough as we are. When we truly understand this, it becomes a foundation that supports us in every aspect of life, helping us to navigate challenges, relationships, and changes with a sense of peace and resilience. Our culture often teaches us that worth is something to be earned or proven, a concept tied to success, productivity, or attractiveness. We're encouraged to seek approval, accumulate achievements, and measure ourselves by external standards. But the truth is, these pursuits, though they may bring temporary satisfaction, rarely lead to a lasting sense of self-worth. Achievements fade, praise subsides, and material things come and go. What remains is the relationship we have with ourselves. If we believe that our worth depends on validation from the outside, we'll continually chase a fleeting sense of value, leaving us feeling empty and searching for something to fill that void. Building self-worth starts with accepting ourselves as we are right now. This acceptance means embracing both our strengths and our imperfections, understanding that we are whole and valuable despite, and perhaps even because of our flaws. Self-worth asks us to look inward, to develop compassion and patience with ourselves, and to recognize that our value isn't conditional. It isn't tied to perfection or approval, but rather rooted in simply being. When we let go of the need to constantly prove ourselves, we give ourselves the freedom to be authentic. In that authenticity, we discover a strength that isn't shaken by the shifting opinions or circumstances around us. Self-worth also involves recognizing and honoring our boundaries. It's about understanding what we truly need to feel safe, respected, and cared for, both by ourselves and in our relationships. When we value ourselves, we set boundaries that reflect our needs and uphold our dignity. This can mean saying no to situations or people that don't serve our well-being, or it can mean carving out time for self-care and reflection. Boundaries aren't barriers, they're safeguards that allow us to interact with the world in a way that respects our own value. Through setting boundaries, we show ourselves and others that we believe we deserve to be treated with kindness, respect, and consideration. Self-worth is also deeply connected to the way we speak to ourselves. The inner dialogue we carry is powerful, and it shapes how we perceive our worthiness. If we allow self-critical or negative thoughts to dominate, it becomes difficult to feel deserving of love and success. But by nurturing a kinder, more supportive inner voice, we create an environment where self-worth can flourish. Positive self-talk isn't about ignoring our faults or avoiding accountability. Rather, it's about acknowledging our challenges with compassion and giving ourselves credit for our efforts and growth. When we treat ourselves with kindness, we build a relationship with ourselves based on trust and encouragement, which reinforces our sense of worth. When we cultivate self-worth, it fundamentally changes our approach to relationships. We no longer feel the need to seek validation from others or rely on them to make us feel valuable. Instead, we enter relationships from a place of mutual respect and genuine connection. knowing that we're already whole. This allows us to engage with others without fear of rejection or abandonment because our worth isn't dependent on anyone else's perception of us. When we hold self-worth, we attract people who respect and honor us, people who see our inherent value and reflect it back to us. And when relationships are no longer about proving ourselves or seeking approval, they become spaces of authentic love and support. Cultivating self-worth requires patience and commitment. It's an ongoing journey of learning, healing, and growth. There will be times when doubt creeps in, when external pressures make us question our worth, and when we may feel tempted to seek approval from outside ourselves. During these times, it's helpful to turn inward, to connect with our inner sense of worth through practices like self-reflection, meditation, or journaling. Reconnecting with our own voice and reminding ourselves of our inherent value can help us stay grounded and strong in the face of challenges. A profound sense of self-worth empowers us to live authentically and joyfully. When we no longer seek to prove ourselves, we're free to follow our passions, embrace our dreams, and create a life that aligns with our true desires. We're able to take risks, make mistakes, and grow without fear of being less worthy for it. Self-worth gives us the courage to pursue a life of purpose, knowing that no setback or challenge can take away our value. It's the knowledge that we're worthy of love, success, and happiness simply because we are. Ultimately, self-worth is a journey back to ourselves. It's the process of stripping away the layers of doubt, fear, and insecurity to reveal the unchanging essence within. By nurturing this inner sense of value, we create a life built on love, authenticity, and strength. We learn that we are enough exactly as we are, and in this realization we find a sense of peace and fulfillment that no external validation can ever provide. Self-worth becomes the quiet confidence that allows us to move through life with grace, resilience, and an unwavering sense of who we are. Letting go is an act of grace and courage, an invitation to release what no longer serves us so that we can make space for new experiences, growth, and healing. When we hold on tightly to things, whether they are past relationships, painful memories, outdated beliefs, or habits that limit us, we block the flow of positive energy and opportunity that could enrich our lives. In the process of clinging to what we've outgrown, we close ourselves off to fresh possibilities and can end up feeling stuck. However, when we let go, we give ourselves permission to move forward, creating space for new chapters and allowing transformation to unfold. Letting go is not about erasing memories or denying experiences, but about releasing the emotional weight attached to them. The past shapes who we are, but it doesn't have to dictate our future. When we stop holding on to things that limit us, we free ourselves from the power they once had over us. In this act, we reclaim our energy and sense of self. Instead of dwelling on what might have been or what we wish could have happened, we allow ourselves to step into the present moment where new experiences and possibilities await. Sometimes we hold on out of fear of change, fear of the unknown, or fear of what we may lose. We may worry that if we let go, we'll be left with emptiness or uncertainty. But in truth, holding on too tightly can keep us trapped in situations that limit our potential. When we're willing to loosen our grip, we open ourselves to greater clarity and insight. We see that the space created by letting go is not empty at all. Instead, it's full of potential and new energy waiting to enter our lives. This openness is what allows growth, healing, and joy to fill the spaces we've made. The act of letting go often involves forgiveness, both of others and of ourselves. Letting go means recognizing that holding on to resentment or anger only weighs us down. It's easy to believe that by clinging to past hurts, we protect ourselves from being hurt again, but in reality, holding on to pain only continues to harm us. Forgiveness is an essential step in creating space for peace and freedom. By forgiving others, we release ourselves from the hold that past actions or words may have over us. By forgiving ourselves, we release any guilt or shame that holds us back from being fully present and open to life's opportunities. Letting go also allows us to redefine our relationships. Sometimes we hold on to people not because the connection serves us, but because we're afraid of being alone or because we think they define a part of us. However, holding on to relationships that no longer nourish our soul can prevent us from meeting new people who align with our growth and values. By letting go of relationships that have reached their natural conclusion, we make room for deeper, more meaningful connections. Letting go in this way becomes an act of self-respect as we honor our need for relationships that uplift and support us. Letting go applies not only to people but also to old beliefs and habits. We all carry beliefs that may have served us at one point, but now limit our potential. When we cling to limiting beliefs, such as thinking we're not worthy, talented, or lovable enough, we keep ourselves in a small box, unable to grow beyond it. By letting go of these beliefs, we allow ourselves to explore new ideas, discover new strengths, and tap into hidden potential. Likewise, releasing habits that no longer benefit us opens the door for healthier, more empowering choices that support our growth and well-being. Creating space through letting go is an act of trust. Trusting that by releasing what no longer serves us, we invite something better, something truer, to take its place. Trusting that we are worthy of new beginnings, even if we can't yet see what they will be. This trust in the unknown allows us to face the future with optimism and hope. When we let go, we give ourselves permission to experience life in a way that aligns with who we are becoming, not just who we once were. The space we create becomes fertile ground for new dreams, opportunities, and connections to enter. In the process of letting go, we may feel sadness or loss. It's natural to grieve what we release, even if it no longer serves us, because it has been a part of our lives and our journey. But by allowing ourselves to feel this sadness without resisting it, we honor our emotional experience. And through this gentle acceptance, we can heal and move forward, eventually finding peace in the space we've created. This space, though it may feel uncomfortable at first, is where transformation happens. It is in the openness and emptiness that we can plant the seeds of a new, brighter future. Ultimately, letting go is a gift we give ourselves. It's the practice of saying, I trust myself and I trust life to bring me what I need. When we release what no longer serves us, we show the universe that we are ready for new growth, love, and possibilities. And as we create this space, we begin to notice a lightness within, a sense of freedom and empowerment. We start to see that by letting go, we haven't lost anything, we've only made room for what's meant to find us. In this way, letting go is not a loss but a gain, a step toward becoming who we are meant to be. It's an invitation to live fully, unburdened by the weight of the past, and open to the boundless potential that each new day brings. People reveal who they are through their actions. While words can be comforting, persuasive, or even misleading, actions show us the truth about a person's character, intentions, and values. Observing how others behave provides us with valuable lessons about trust, respect, compassion, and authenticity. We learn much about others and ourselves through the behaviors we encounter, and when we pay attention, we begin to understand that each interaction has something to teach us. It's through actions that people reveal their commitments and integrity, and often these insights guide us toward healthier choices and relationships. When someone consistently shows up for us, supports us in challenging times, or respects our boundaries, they're telling us that they value our relationship. This consistent support reflects a commitment that transcends mere words, showing us they are reliable and genuinely invested. By contrast, when someone's actions show disregard for our feelings or violate our boundaries, we learn they may not respect us in the way we deserve. This awareness, though sometimes painful, is essential because it teaches us to distinguish between relationships that nurture us and those that drain us. We learn to set healthier boundaries, protecting our well-being. People also teach us about trust through their actions. Trust isn't something that can be fully established by promises. It's built over time through consistent actions. When someone's behavior aligns with their words, we naturally feel safe and open around them. But when actions contradict words, the inconsistency erodes trust, leaving us feeling uncertain or hurt. By observing the actions of others, we're reminded that true trustworthiness is evident in what people do, not just what they say. This understanding helps us approach relationships with discernment, recognizing when trust is well placed and when it needs to be reevaluated. The way people treat others, especially those who may be less powerful or influential, also speaks volumes. Watching someone interact with strangers, service workers, or animals can reveal their kindness, empathy, or lack thereof. Actions in such situations are often unscripted and show a person's true nature. If someone treats others with respect and compassion, it reflects a depth of character that goes beyond self-interest, teaching us about genuine empathy. On the other hand, if someone treats others poorly, it reveals tendencies toward arrogance or disregard. This teaches us about the importance of kindness and reinforces the value of choosing relationships with people who reflect the same qualities. Through actions, people also show us what it means to take responsibility. Those who acknowledge their mistakes and actively work to make amends show us the importance of accountability. In any relationship, mistakes are inevitable. What matters is how we address them. When someone takes responsibility for their actions, they model integrity, showing that they value honesty over saving face. Conversely, if someone avoids accountability, blames others, or refuses to acknowledge the impact of their actions, we learn the negative effects of evasion and denial. This insight helps us understand the value of surrounding ourselves with people who take ownership of their behavior and encourage us to do the same. People teach us about resilience and determination through the way they handle challenges. Observing someone's approach to adversity, whether they give up or push forward, helps us understand their strength of character. Someone who perseveres through hardship, learns from failures, and continues to strive teaches us about courage and commitment. Their resilience can inspire us to be stronger, showing us that persistence in the face of difficulty often leads to growth. On the other hand, when we see others falter or avoid challenges, we learn about the effects of fear or self-doubt. These examples remind us that we too have a choice in how we respond to difficulties and that we can choose resilience and hope. Through actions, people reveal their priorities and values. What people dedicate their time and energy to shows us what they hold important, whether it's family, career, personal growth, or community service. Observing these priorities can help us reflect on our own values and aspirations. If we notice someone devoting time to uplifting others or working on self-improvement, it can inspire us to evaluate what truly matters in our own lives. Conversely, if someone's actions reveal a focus solely on superficial gains or self-interest, we're reminded of the importance of looking deeper and nurturing values that contribute positively to the world. Perhaps one of the most profound lessons we learn from others' actions is the value of authenticity. When someone lives authentically, expressing their true selves without pretension or fear, they teach us the power of embracing our individuality. Authentic people inspire us to be true to ourselves, to honor our values, and to avoid conforming simply to fit in. In their presence, we feel encouraged to drop our masks and connect honestly. On the other hand, when someone acts in ways that are inconsistent or insincere, it teaches us the negative impact of trying to be something we're not. These observations encourage us to cultivate relationships grounded in truth and mutual respect. Ultimately, the actions of others provide us with a mirror for self-reflection. When we notice behaviors that resonate with us, we're inspired to incorporate those positive qualities into our own lives. Actions that challenge or disappoint us, meanwhile, offer opportunities to clarify our boundaries, values, and standards. Each interaction, whether uplifting or difficult, serves as a stepping stone on our path to self-awareness. By observing others, we're continually refining our understanding of what we need, what we value, and how we wish to show up in the world. People teach us through their actions, not only because they reveal who they are, but because they give us insights into who we want to be. Every relationship and interaction offers valuable lessons that can guide us in our own journey. By staying observant and open, we learn to approach life with greater clarity, discernment, and appreciation for the profound influence others have on our growth. Actions speak a language that words cannot, a language that reminds us of the importance of integrity, compassion, and authenticity in all that we do. Forgiveness is a powerful act that has the potential to heal not just our relationships with others, but also our relationship with ourselves. It allows us to release the burdens of anger, resentment, and pain that often linger long after a hurtful event. However, it's essential to understand that forgiveness does not necessitate a return to previous circumstances, relationships, or dynamics. Forgiving someone does not mean that we must allow them back into our lives or that we have to forget what they did. Rather, it is about freeing ourselves from the emotional chains that bind us to their actions, thereby reclaiming our peace and power. The journey of forgiveness often begins with acknowledging the pain we feel. We must allow ourselves to feel hurt and validate our emotions. Suppressing feelings of anger or sadness can create a toxic environment within us. It's important to recognize that these feelings are natural responses to being wronged. When we name our feelings, we take the first step toward processing them, allowing ourselves to move through the emotional landscape of our experience rather than avoiding it. In doing so, we can gain clarity about what happened and how it has affected us. Forgiveness involves a conscious decision to let go of the desire for retribution. This does not mean that we condone the actions of the person who hurt us, or that we ignore the consequences of their behavior. Rather, it signifies a choice to relinquish the hold that anger has over us. Holding on to resentment only perpetuates our pain, making it difficult for us to find joy or peace in our lives. By forgiving, we are not saying that the other person is free from responsibility. Instead, we are choosing to free ourselves from the grip of negativity. This is a radical act of self-love, as it prioritizes our well-being above the need for punishment or vengeance. It is crucial to understand that forgiveness does not equate to reconciliation. In many cases, returning to a relationship after forgiveness is not only unnecessary, but potentially harmful. If the circumstances that led to the hurtful behavior have not changed, returning to that dynamic can lead to further pain. Forgiveness allows us to let go of the emotional weight, but it does not mean we should ignore the lessons learned from the experience. The goal of forgiveness is to release the hurt, while retaining the wisdom gained from the experience, allowing us to set healthier boundaries in the future. Setting boundaries is an integral part of the forgiveness process. Once we have made the decision to forgive, we must also determine how we wish to engage with the person who hurt us, if at all. It is possible to forgive someone while also recognizing that they may not be the best influence in our lives. Setting clear boundaries protects us from potential harm and establishes a framework within which we can engage with others in a way that honors our emotional health. These boundaries are not acts of vengeance, but rather tools for self-preservation and growth. Forgiveness is often a process that requires time and reflection. It is not a one-time event, but a journey that may involve revisiting our feelings and thoughts multiple times. As we navigate this process, we may find that our feelings of anger or hurt resurface. This is natural and does not negate the progress we've made. Instead, it offers us an opportunity to delve deeper into our emotions and understand more fully what forgiveness means for us. We can practice self-compassion during these moments, recognizing that healing is not linear and giving ourselves grace as we move forward. As we embark on the path of forgiveness, it can be helpful to cultivate empathy toward the person who hurt us. This does not mean we excuse their actions, but rather we seek to understand their perspective. Often, hurtful behavior stems from a place of pain or insecurity within the individual. By recognizing that everyone is human and imperfect, we can foster a sense of compassion that allows us to release our grip on anger. This shift in perspective can be liberating, as it transforms our feelings from resentment to understanding. However, it's crucial to remember that this understanding does not require us to re-engage with the person in a harmful way. Another aspect of forgiveness is recognizing the importance of self-forgiveness. Sometimes we may hold ourselves accountable for allowing others to mistreat us, or for not responding in the way we wish we had. It is vital to forgive ourselves for perceived shortcomings or mistakes. We are all learning and growing, and self-forgiveness allows us to release guilt and shame, which are often intertwined with the act of forgiving others. By being gentle with ourselves, we create a nurturing environment that fosters healing and personal growth. As we move through the forgiveness process, we can create rituals that symbolize our release of pain and the commitment to our own well-being. This could be as simple as writing a letter to the person who hurt us, expressing our feelings, and then choosing not to send it, or it could involve engaging in a physical act of letting go, such as releasing a balloon or burning a piece of paper with our hurt written on it. These rituals can help to mark the transition from a state of anger and pain to one of peace and resolution. Ultimately, forgiveness without returning is a profound act of self-care. It allows us to reclaim our power and autonomy, freeing ourselves from the negative influence of past hurt, while also honoring our experiences and emotions. By choosing to forgive, we embrace the possibility of healing and growth, opening ourselves to new opportunities and relationships that align with our values. We learn that we can hold space for our pain while simultaneously creating a life filled with joy, love, and connection. In the journey of forgiveness, we discover not only the strength to let go, but also the wisdom to choose what is best for our hearts and souls moving forward. This journey teaches us that while we cannot control the actions of others, we can control our responses and cultivate a life that reflects our deepest values and aspirations. Trusting the universe's path is an invitation to embrace the journey of life with an open heart and an open mind. It is about recognizing that there are greater forces at play in our lives and that everything unfolds in divine timing. In a world where we often feel the need to control outcomes and meticulously plan every aspect of our lives, surrendering to the flow of the universe can be both liberating and transformative. This journey of trust allows us to release the burdens of worry and anxiety, opening ourselves up to new possibilities and experiences. At its core, trusting the universe means acknowledging that we are not alone in navigating life's twists and turns. We are part of a larger tapestry woven from the threads of our experiences, the people we encounter, and the choices we make. Each moment is an opportunity to learn and grow, and when we trust the universe's path, we cultivate faith that there is purpose in every situation, even when we cannot see it. This belief encourages us to move through challenges with grace, understanding that every setback may lead to a new beginning. One of the most powerful aspects of trusting the universe is the idea of surrender. Surrendering does not mean giving up or resigning ourselves to fate. Rather, it is an active choice to let go of our tight grip on control. When we surrender, we open ourselves to receive what the universe has to offer. This process can be uncomfortable, as it requires us to confront our fears and insecurities. However, by embracing vulnerability, we create space for growth and healing. We can remind ourselves that uncertainty is a natural part of life and that it is okay to not have all the answers. The universe often guides us toward our highest good, even if the path is not immediately clear. Trusting the universe's path also involves cultivating a sense of faith and belief in ourselves. As we navigate life's challenges, we may encounter doubts and fears that threaten to shake our confidence. It is essential to recognize that we possess the strength and resilience to overcome obstacles. When we trust that the universe is supporting us, we cultivate a deeper connection to our intuition and inner wisdom. This trust empowers us to make decisions that align with our values and desires, rather than succumbing to external pressures or expectations. Another important aspect of this journey is recognizing the role of synchronicity. Synchronicity refers to those magical moments when seemingly unrelated events align perfectly, leading us to insights, opportunities, or connections we could not have anticipated. These occurrences are reminders from the universe that we are on the right path and that our journey is unfolding as it should. By remaining open and aware, we can begin to notice these signs and celebrate the small miracles that occur along the way. Trusting the universe encourages us to remain receptive to these synchronicities, helping us see the beauty and interconnectedness of our experiences. As we cultivate trust in the universe's path, it becomes essential to practice gratitude. Gratitude allows us to shift our focus from what is lacking in our lives to what we have and appreciate. When we express gratitude for the lessons learned from past experiences, we begin to see how they have shaped us and contributed to our growth. This shift in perspective empowers us to approach life with a sense of abundance, recognizing that everything we need is already within us. Gratitude also creates a positive feedback loop, attracting more blessings and opportunities into our lives. By trusting in the universe and expressing gratitude, we can enhance our overall well-being and happiness. Moreover, trusting the universe's path involves embracing change and uncertainty. Life is inherently dynamic, and our circumstances are continually evolving. The more we resist change, the more we create friction within ourselves. However, when we trust that change is a natural part of our journey, we can navigate transitions with greater ease and acceptance. We learn that endings often pave the way for new beginnings, and that the universe is always working to align us with our highest potential. Embracing change allows us to grow and expand, pushing us beyond our comfort zones and leading us to unexpected and fulfilling experiences. It is also important to acknowledge that trusting the universe does not mean we passively wait for things to happen. Rather, it involves taking inspired action toward our goals and dreams while remaining open to the guidance of the universe. Trusting the universe encourages us to listen to our intuition and follow the nudges that arise within us. When we take steps toward our desires with a sense of trust, we become active participants in our lives, co-creating our reality with the universe. This alignment of intention and action brings about powerful transformations and aligns us with our true purpose. In times of difficulty or despair, trusting the universe can provide a sense of comfort and solace. Life can present us with unforeseen challenges that may shake our sense of stability and security. During these moments, it is crucial to remind ourselves that we are part of something greater. Even when we cannot understand the reasons behind our struggles, we can trust that they are contributing to our growth and evolution. In these instances, practicing self-compassion is vital. We can allow ourselves to feel the emotions that arise while gently reminding ourselves that it is okay to seek support and guidance during tough times. Ultimately, trusting the universe's path is a journey of self-discovery, growth, and empowerment. It encourages us to embrace life with curiosity and wonder, allowing us to experience the richness of our existence. When we learn to trust, we open ourselves up to new opportunities, relationships, and adventures that we may have previously overlooked. We learn to flow with the currents of life rather than resist them, fostering resilience and adaptability. By surrendering to the universe, we discover that the path unfolds beautifully, leading us toward our highest selves. In trusting the universe, we cultivate a profound sense of peace and fulfillment. We realize that we are not alone in our journey. We are supported and guided every step of the way. As we learn to let go, embrace the present moment, and remain open to the wonders of life, we find joy in the unknown and strength in our vulnerability. Trusting the universe is a powerful act of faith. And as we embrace this journey, we become co-creators of our lives, empowered to manifest our dreams while honoring the path that the universe has laid before us. Embracing the journey to self-love is a transformative and empowering process that invites us to cultivate a deep, unconditional appreciation for ourselves. It is not merely about feeling good on the surface, rather, it encompasses a profound understanding and acceptance of who we are, flaws and all. The journey to self-love can be challenging, but it is a necessary path to personal growth, fulfillment, and happiness. As we embark on this journey, we learn to navigate the complexities of our emotions, confront our limiting beliefs, and ultimately honor our worthiness. The first step in embracing self-love is acknowledging our intrinsic value. We often live in a society that emphasizes external validation and comparison, leading us to measure our worth against others. However, true self-love stems from the recognition that we are inherently valuable, independent of our accomplishments, appearances, or what others think of us. This recognition requires us to engage in self-reflection and introspection, exploring the beliefs and narratives we hold about ourselves. By understanding where these beliefs originate, we can begin to challenge and reshape them. As we embark on this journey, it is essential to practice self-compassion. Self-compassion means treating ourselves with the same kindness, understanding, and patience that we would offer a close friend. It allows us to embrace our imperfections and recognize that we are all human, prone to mistakes and failures. When we stumble or face challenges, instead of criticizing ourselves harshly, we can extend grace and forgiveness. This shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating, as it fosters an environment in which we can learn and grow rather than one where we feel trapped by our shortcomings. Moreover, embracing self-love requires us to cultivate a positive inner dialogue. Many of us have an inner critic that constantly judges and demeans us. This negative self-talk can be damaging, reinforcing feelings of unworthiness and inadequacy. To counteract this, we can actively work on replacing negative thoughts with affirmations and positive statements about ourselves. Affirmations are powerful tools that can reshape our beliefs and instill a sense of confidence and self-worth. By consistently affirming our strengths, values, and capabilities, we reinforce a positive self-image and nurture a loving relationship with ourselves. Setting healthy boundaries is another critical aspect of the journey to self-love. Boundaries protect our emotional and mental well-being and signal to others that we value ourselves. When we honor our needs and limits, we create space for growth and self-care. This process may involve saying no to commitments that drain us, distancing ourselves from toxic relationships, or advocating for our needs in various areas of our lives. Establishing boundaries is not selfish, rather, it is an essential practice that allows us to show up authentically in our lives and relationships. As we embrace self-love, it is important to engage in self-care practices that nourish our minds, bodies, and spirits. Self-care goes beyond indulgence. It involves intentionally prioritizing activities and practices that support our overall well-being. This might include regular exercise, healthy eating, mindfulness practices, or pursuing hobbies and passions that bring us joy. By investing time and energy into self-care, we reinforce the belief that we deserve to be treated well and that our needs matter. Engaging in activities that resonate with us fosters a deeper connection to ourselves, enhancing our sense of self-worth and fulfillment. A significant part of the self-love journey is learning to let go of the need for external validation. Many of us seek approval from others, whether it's from family, friends, or society. While validation can feel good in the moment, relying on it can lead to a fragile sense of self-worth that fluctuates based on external opinions. Embracing self-love means recognizing that our worth is not contingent on how others perceive us. Instead, we must learn to validate ourselves from within, recognizing that we are enough as we are. This internal validation empowers us to pursue our dreams, make choices that align with our values, and live authentically. In this journey, it is also essential to confront and heal past wounds. Many of us carry emotional baggage from past experiences that can hinder our ability to fully embrace ourselves. Whether it's trauma, heartbreak, or negative experiences, these wounds can shape our beliefs about ourselves and our worthiness. To heal, we must be willing to explore these emotions and experiences with compassion and understanding. Seeking support through therapy, journaling, or support groups can provide valuable avenues for processing these feelings and ultimately liberating ourselves from their grip. As we cultivate self-love, we may discover the importance of surrounding ourselves with supportive and uplifting individuals. The people we choose to spend our time with can significantly impact our self-perception and overall well-being. Building a supportive network that encourages our growth, celebrates our successes, and provides a safe space for vulnerability can enhance our journey to self-love. These connections remind us that we are worthy of love and support, and they provide opportunities for us to practice love and kindness toward others as well. Embracing the journey to self-love is not a destination, it is an ongoing process that requires commitment and dedication. As we navigate this path, we will inevitably encounter setbacks and challenges. However, it is crucial to remember that these moments do not define us, rather, they are opportunities for growth and learning. By embracing the journey, we cultivate resilience and deepen our understanding of ourselves. Ultimately, the journey to self-love is an invitation to reconnect with our true selves and honor our worthiness. It allows us to break free from societal expectations, embrace our individuality, and celebrate our uniqueness. As we embark on this journey, we learn to trust ourselves and our intuition, empowering us to make choices that align with our values and desires. Embracing self-love opens the door to a life filled with authenticity, joy, and fulfillment, where we can fully express ourselves and live in alignment with our true essence. In this journey, we discover that self-love is not a destination, but a beautiful, lifelong practice that enriches our lives and allows us to shine brightly in the world.